Hello and welcome to this next video in my series about Jeremy DeWitte. In this video, you will see mostly unredacted videos that was used in one of Jeremy's trials. Many different scenes are covered in this one. I pieced together the videos as best as I could and I believe in the right order, but I may be off a little, but it still tells the story and shows you uncommon footage. I hope you enjoy. Please remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you are enjoying my videos. And please feel free to comment. I enjoy reading them and seeing others' points of view or thoughts on the content. Thank you and enjoy.
Your name, sir?
I'm sorry, Jeremy Charles DeWitte, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. DeWitte, you're here today because you're arrested on an arrest warrant for a sex offender violation failing to register as required. Bond on that is set at $1,500.
Yes, sir.
You're also out on bond on 5 charges of falsely impersonating an officer. I assume that's what your attorney wants to talk about.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amir Ladan on behalf of Mr. DeWitte. We represent Mr. DeWitte on all of those cases. I don't know if the court is familiar with those cases or not, but Mr. DeWitte owns a funeral escort service, Metro State, and that is the foundation of the charges of impersonating. Those are all being litigated right now, primarily before Judge Roach. Mr. DeWitte owns about 24 vehicles, all of which are registered with the Sheriff's Office. The vehicle in question, I believe, may be registered to Mr. DeWitte's pregnant wife, which may or may not have been updated with the Sheriff's Office. I don't know that yet, but the vehicle that is in question has been at the residence for several years. It's not a new vehicle. It's not a vehicle that was surreptitiously put there. So I think that's something that can be readily resolved at some point. So we'd be asking that the court continue with the bond as stated and allow him to be released as to the holds that are on the balance of those charges so that we can deal with this appropriately. His wife is about 6 months pregnant and has had some complications on a prior pregnancy, which she lost. And so we really appreciate the court's consideration in releasing him so he can continue to tend to her needs as they go through this pregnancy.
See?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant has 5 felony convictions in Orange County, has violated probation or community control on 4 prior local cases. He has a federal conviction in 2003 for conspiracy to make false statements in application of a passport. Has 9 felony cases pending. Some he's on bond, others on ROR. All those cases are unrelated to his sex offender registration. So all these, this is a new allegation of felony crimes. On all felony cases, he qualifies as a habitual felony offender given his history. He scores prison on a number of pending cases. States requesting that the bond be revoked on his prior cases given the new law of violation. He also poses a flight risk given the prior.
We're losing audio on the prosecutor, Your Honor.
I think she just needs to get closer to the mic, yeah. You can stay seated if it's easier to stay close to the mic.
So the state is requesting his bonds be revoked on his prior cases, giving the new law violation continued pattern of criminal activity, and he also poses a flight risk given his prior fraud convictions regarding the passport and that he's facing substantial prison time. We're asking the court to
27th of February of 2020. Looks like, yeah, that's the date on all of these. Why did they not, why did it take so long for them to do that? In other words,
They just found the vehicle at the residence.
It's not about the vehicle. The failure to register doesn't have anything to do with that, does it?
Yes, it's fair to register that particular vehicle. And even though it's in his wife's name, paperwork he received and the law requires him.
Yeah, but again, it's from August. No, I'm going to leave the bonds in place.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
he also has an open case out of Osceola. It's a 2019 CF003928. Will you be taking any action on that one?
Is that one of these?
It's one of these, Your Honor. It's the same.
It's the same
impersonating accusations that we're dealing.
What was the case again? Case number again?
It's an Osceola case, 2019 CF003928.
Yeah, I don't have that. I didn't get that. So I'll and it's the same. Is it from the same time?
It's
Yes,
the
Your
same offense.
All right. I'll leave that in place as well.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have before the court. Be safe and be well, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a
Yeah. Everything stays the same.
Still get reception out here?
yeah.
An hour and a half? Nah. 45 minutes. We're only taking 50.
It's right. Y'all taking it. It's right, so we don't really like to sit and rain. Okay, thank you.
Yep. We don't even have that many, do we?
Oh, okay. No,
We don't even have that many, so we should be fine. Yeah. You got the Octacom? Alright, here we go.
Alex, you get this. I'm gonna move on and try to slow that rain down.
Yep, yep.
first lane.
Grab it, grab it. Cycling red.
I'm here right next to one of the Parker police officers that was running it with us. Do you want me to tell? I do got a camera. You want me to ask him why we were stopped? What? You know why he was pulled over when we were legally doing the escort? Hey, just for the record, that's the guy. That's the same guy. They pulled up. We were literally moving right to the intersection.
The intersection. He pulled the last guy that was going through with the last car and pointed him over and said, "You can't block the intersection."
So, just so everybody's clear, you guys were with us the whole time. You didn't do anything wrong. You got cameras in our cars. You got cameras on us. So, we're setting that for the record. No control of Orange County.
That's not cool, man. We're sitting here trying to facilitate this for this commissioner to show respect and everything else, and then just like I told you, they single us out. So
I think it's out here. It didn't look like OP. Yeah.
Hey, you.
Officer Campbell, it's unit 159.
Alec, you still up?
Now stand over here, please. Yep, stand over there. He's in the middle. He's in the middle. And I mean, APD was helping us. I don't see what the problem is. Okay.
Under what authority did APD have?
Sir, we don't know. We're working. I don't.
Okay.
They had a commissioner that passed away. Yeah, like. We went from the Baptist church over in John Young Parkway. They wanted to go on this turnpike. We don't normally ever go on the turnpike.
The lead. I didn't see a pop in the lead. I saw them in the rear.
They was in the front, and there was a truck in the back.
Yeah, the little SUV.
Yeah, the SRO thing. Yeah.
Okay, and you were following them. So who told you to take that intersection?
I was going in. It was coming out, so I was just following the route. That's all.
Okay, but you were stopped, though. That's what I'm saying. Who told you to stop at that intersection?
No one told me to stop. I was just going with the
Then
route.
how did you know to stop there?
I was just going the route, sir.
Well, then why didn't people in the procession stop with you?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know? Why wouldn't you know? Nobody else stopped with you. You just pulled out there and stopped yourself. How much training have you had doing escorts?
I had, I think, a 2-week training.
2-week training with who?
People who work there. They're showing me routes.
So just people that work for who?
I don't wish to continue. I mean,
what's that?
Am I getting a ticket or?
I'm trying to make the determination of what I'm going to do right now.
Okay, sir. I'm worried about my fiance.
Here's the thing. What I'm doing, I'm investigating you for a crime of impersonating a law enforcement officer.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. That's why I read you your rights. Okay.
All right.
Or your not your rights, but your Miranda warnings.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm conducting an investigation. Do you want to cooperate with it or no?
I wish to not ask questions.
Or you don't want me to ask you any more questions? Okay. All right. Come over here.
We're about to hit the cycle though, and we're behind everyone. Yeah, totally something. It's not about, I don't think it's not about busting right now. Like that left turn lane arrow is green up there. Hey, stop your car. Stop. You're a car. Stop your car. You're committing assault right now. Stop your car. Hey. Stop your car. You don't have to block this. You don't have the right to stop your car. You don't have the right to hit me with your vehicle. Give me your car right away. You do not have your right to touch me with your car. You just did it. H-E-N-I-N. Range Rover pulling up on you.
That's it. Hey, Sheriff.
for you. So a couple of pieces of paper for you.
Sure.
Okay. So the very first one is a driver's exchange. So
Okay.
all information up for the left-hand corner is going to be the crash report number.
Okay.
You just got to call your insurance company and look for your accident. Your information is going to be vehicle 1.
Wait, how are you making me vehicle 1?
So?
How are you making me vehicle 1? Vehicle 1 means
So I'm
F
slow
up.
to go into it. The insurance companies, they don't know that. But as I'm saying, I still have 10 business days to complete the full report. So this
How are you-
investigation can be F1. So
Okay.
what you're doing, okay, so here we go. So the procession was on the right-hand side.
Correct.
Okay, and you were on the left-hand side.
That is correct.
Okay, so you're with procession the whole time on the left-hand side.
Correct.
Okay, so that's impeding traffic.
Not under 4 section
On
316,
the statute, you have to stay in a
1974.
forward straight line.
That is
per
incorrect.
statute.
That is
Yes,
incorrect.
you
That is
cannot
incorrect.
impede traffic on
That
the
is
left-hand
incorrect.
side.
That is incorrect.
If you look at the statute, it says you have to stay
That
in
is-
front and behind the procession.
That is for the second paragraph of 316, 1974. Besides, I was moving up the line to go back towards the
Correct.
front.
You're in the procession.
Right.
Do you know what funeral you're with?
I'm sorry?
What funeral procession you're working on?
Yes.
Okay. What's the church?
I don't know off the top of my head. But again, if the funeral's in the right and I'm in the left and we're moving up, then we're not impeding traffic, especially if we're doing the speed limit.
Correct. But like we're saying in statute, like what you know, on the left-hand side, even though if you're going 30, 35 miles an hour,
Which was
slow
the
traffic,
posted limit.
45 miles an hour is the
Right.
posted limit.
Okay.
So that's under the speed limit. So that's impeding traffic. But I'm not giving you an impeding traffic ticket. So what that is doing, since there's another vehicle that was trying to go around you, because there's another traffic going, so I understand he went into the left-hand lane. and he
Turning
was
lane.
trying to correct, and then once he passed you, you're still maintaining the controlled speed with the procession. Then that vehicle was overtaken to get around you. But when you're saying that maintaining that same speed, you blocked it from getting inside back into the proper lane of travel.
No, I didn't even know he was racing up along my side, and then he shifted over. And as I was looking over, he was shifting over. At no time was I trying not to let him in or anything
Turning
like
lane,
that.
You're obstructing, you're slowing traffic, like you're saying, going 35 and under, so you're going
So I'm
10
doing-
miles an hour under the 45 legal speed limit. So if you're saying still maintaining the flow of traffic, like in statute, your procession with
Was
traffic on the
still
right-hand side,
flowing of traffic,
still flowing,
so we're
correct.
not breaking the law.
But you have to be either in the front or the rear.
That is incorrect.
If there's another agency assisting you in traffic, they can go to the front, hold an intersection, but you can't hold the left and right.
I wasn't
at the
holding
same
the lane,
time.
I was moving up to go to the next intersection, which is what we were legally allowed to do.
So you had, okay, correct, but you had another vehicle that was behind you, and he was trying to go in around, and then once he passed you, past the two churches, he was trying to get back in.
He
Once
passed me
was
in the
cutting-
turning lane.
Correct.
So he's using a turning lane, which is designed for turning, to pass me and overtake me, which is illegal.
Okay. So even on that point, he was going to flow traffic of overtaking, but you didn't let him in. Why didn't you back up and let him in?
That's not true at all. That is not true at all. How did I not let him in?
That's what you said. So I mean, you said he stayed back, and he said he was trying to get back in the flow of traffic. Even though that your consistent damage was his cutting in, his didn't into. So designing with the sheet metal, it cutting in from your larger vehicle, he was trying to cut in.
Yeah,
So
he
could have slowed
cut
traffic.
into me.
Correct.
Right.
So by even possession, you would have to slow down to be with possession on the full right-hand side. If you had your purple lights on in the left-hand lane and the funeral's on the right-hand lane, you can't do that.
But if he's using a turning lane to go around me and then he hits
Regardless,
me,
your lights, you would have to be in the front or the rear.
that is incorrect.
Per statute, that's what it says.
That's what the second paragraph says.
Correct,
If you
that's
read
what
the
it says.
statute again, where it says law enforcement and funeral escort vehicles, they have the right, they can facilitate the safe movement of the funeral, which
Correct.
means they're allowed to move around the funeral. They don't have to be one in the front and the one in the back. That's why the second paragraph clearly states vehicles in procession, not the first paragraph, which is
But you were in possession.
no, we're the vehicles that are allowed to facilitate the safe movement of the vehicles, and it specifically states that in the first paragraph.
Possession, you're the vehicle.
Do you have
Look,
316 1974? I can show that
I
to
can
you.
pull it up. But I'm
Okay.
saying, so was the vehicle just randomly driving in a forward straight line? Like
Who?
The funeral?
Me?
No, I'm saying not your, I'm saying like the other vehicles. So
Uh-huh.
there's a point in the front and the back.
Right.
Did you have another unit?
In the back.
In the back.
Correct.
Okay.
And I was moving up, going normal speed with this lane, normal speed, not breaking any rules, not using sirens, not telling him to get out of the way, using the left turning lane to cut across in front of me and hits me. At no time did I have time to react or slow down or let him in.
he ran out of room because he was racing up beside us, and the median was coming up like a median like this. And when he had no room, he cut over and hit. At no time were we impeding him or stopping him. We were doing the flow of traffic with everything.
Okay. All right, so
that's
I'll cancel that out.
That's nowhere near my objective is to make sure he's vehicle one, because he hit me for no reason. He was using the turning lane to go around me. I'm traveling on this lane, not impeding traffic, doing the speed limit. My funeral's here. The guys in front, we had 5 guys. One in front, one in back, and the other ones we were moving up because we're legally allowed to move up to go take the next lane. We were doing the speed limit. I'm doing the 35, going up to 40. We're moving along because we just left the light before that turn lane. So we're, because the median's right there. There was no room for him to, even if I slowed down, he would have either hit me or hit the merge sign or hit the median.
So regardless, so I'll take that out for your consideration and what he was talking about in your stance. So there's conflicting. So regardless, there's still, instead of it me faulting, it's going to be insurance. So at this point, regardless if I do it on your other part, so like still driver's exchange, you have all this information to go from there. And then I'll take this other citation out. But the only other investigation part that it went on is your insurance. So you're personally using your insurance for business?
No, I'm not. I'm using a vehicle this vehicle's registered with that insurance. This is not a commercial vehicle. This is a personal vehicle. I'm a DBA, so I'm not a commercial or an LLC, so I can legally use my commercial.
If it's an LLC, business.
Right, but I'm not an LLC. I'm a DBA, so I'm legally, per Florida statute, allowed to use my personal vehicle insurance for my vehicles. I've already checked that, and I called Tallahassee to verify that with Florida Highway Patrol.
So other investigations, they said through their staff over there, they said you can't use it for a commercial vehicle.
That is what Sergeant Vittler says with Sector 3. And that nice young lady that helped was talking to you and telling you that, that's what they say. That is not what the law says, and that is not what the judges have said as they throw the tickets out. So
okay. So I mean, I have nothing. I don't know anything.
Right. I know for a fact. I can show you a check right now that says I'm a DBA.
Like I just respond to crashes. I treat everybody equal. I don't.
Well, Trooper, with all due respect, that doesn't sound with the situation. So I'm legally allowed to use my personal insurance for my personal vehicles. What Sergeant Viller doesn't understand, who's the Sector 3 deputy that's telling them that information, is he believes his version, and that's not what the judges have said over and over. So, because I'm a DBA, I can use my personal vehicles because they're not commercial. I don't move people, and I don't move freight. That should be driver one if you're hitting me because you ran out of space. I, in no way, shape, or form, was trying to stop him from changing lanes. If I would have seen him, I would have slowed down. But as we were coming up, again, the median, and I can take you over there. I'll walk you through it. The median was right there, and he had nowhere else to go. It was either hit the sign or cut over and hit me. And at that point, I was already trying to, I looked over and it was really too late. As you can see, the damage to the vehicle, it's only right here. It's not any further back. It's right here because this is where at the last second he shifted over. And his back end clipped me. It's not like I was trying to cut him off or keep him from turning or anything like that. Okay. He shifted over and hit the front of my car because he had nowhere else to go.
No, I understand. I know what you mean. And it's a lot of the cases that I do work on, regardless if you're vehicle 1 or vehicle 2. With insurances, yes, they usually know vehicle 1's at fault. But sometimes I can flip the vehicles maybe a couple days,
right,
and then there's that fault. So then I can process and do a follow-up and then give that person a ticket. So that's why we keep it open.
Honestly,
so like even though commercial vehicles, sometimes I'll make them vehicle 1. And really
honestly, my whole objective is not to get the man a ticket. That was never my objective. My objective is to make sure that my insurance properly covers my vehicle. Because what he did, and I have a video somewhere, he called my insurance company with my information off a report and said I needed to cancel my insurance policy, and they canceled me because of it. My objective is to make sure that my insurance properly covers my vehicle. Because what he did, and I have a video somewhere, he called my insurance company with my information off a report and said I needed to cancel my insurance policy, and they canceled me because of it. Conversation's being recorded. I don't know what my policy number is, and if you could help me, that would be much appreciative, because what has happened is my policy, from what you guys advised me earlier, was canceled due to the fact an Orange County deputy contacted you and gave you my information, telling you that I don't know, telling you I don't know exactly what, but my policy was canceled. Hello? Yes.
Okay, thank you for holding. I apologize for the delay. So we did receive a call on September 23rd, 2019 from Sergeant Keith from the Osceola County Department stating that the vehicle, the 2005 Dodge Durango, was being used illegally to be an escort for either parties or funerals.
Okay, do me a favor. Say that again one more time. You said a Sergeant Keith Vittler from the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Could you please make sure you read that clearly?
Okay, as mentioned, we received a call on September 23rd, 2019 from Sergeant Keith Vittler stating that the vehicle 2005 Dodge Durango was being illegally used to as an escort.
I appreciate that. Have a good day. Be safe, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Where we've been going and dealing with and the harassment we've been dealing with. So, okay. And I know that nice young lady, she's actually the one that made me give her my insurance at the last time, and then she gave that to Sergeant Biddle. And as soon as I saw her, that's why I saw them over with you. So, okay. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. Okay.
So he's in the far right lane of Mills, comes into the intersection, shoots over, almost flips him, and then cuts back into the funeral and slams on his brake. Sergeant, with all due respect, I hear what you're telling me. Our cars were black and white before Cody even went to black and white. When we opened our business.
I'm still saying.
Okay, and I hear
what you told me specifically. We were talking that day on the phone. The reason you wear the uniforms you wear, gun belts you wear, cars, the bikes the way they are, is to look like officers.
I didn't say look like law enforcement, Sergeant. My exact words were to look like what we do for professionalism and so people respect us. I never said law enforcement.
And what did I say back? I said, because you look like cops. That's the reason. And you said, correct. That's exactly what you said.
But Sergeant, what we're doing is funeral escort. We're in traffic, holding traffic. We're legally allowed to keep the traffic from crossing.
Jeremy, let me ask you this question.
Yes, sir.
What you're saying, the analogy you're saying, the reason you look like cops, your cars look like cops, your bikes look like cops, is to gain the respect and authority that you want from the public to listen to what you're saying. That's what you're telling me.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's exactly what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
So what I'm saying is then why doesn't every construction worker that has a flag out there look like you do so they get the respect that you get?
Sergeant, I hear what you're saying. Our cars were black and white when I opened the business in 2010.
I'm talking about how you act and how you look. It makes the public think, just like that day when I explained to you, your cars were blocking the entire 408. Okay, the entire 408.
I didn't know that was you I was talking to. I'm sorry, I'm bad with
Yes,
names.
you did.
God is my witness. I did not know.
That was the first time we've had a conversation.
I understand, but I didn't know.
And you even know me.
I do, Sergeant. I'm sorry I didn't know that was you, that we were talking on the phone. And I believe, you can ask my sergeant. I fired the guy that did that. I swear to God as my witness. I give you my word. When you told me that, I was like, that's on.
You said you were going to pull the body cam and get back with me, which you never did. You never called me back.
I called the sheriff's office and I asked for Motors Division, and they transferred me, and nobody knew who I was talking to. I swear to God as my sole witness, I did not remember your name. Ask my sergeant, I fired the guy immediately. I swear. That was bullshit, and that was incorrect of what they did. And Sergeant, I hear what you're telling me. You
did a funeral escort, all right, up in Lake County a weekend ago on a Saturday.
Yeah, be careful. I have 30 guys, so I haven't been to Lake County. Okay, right.
Your company.
Okay.
And I'm going to be speaking personally here.
Okay.
My family wasn't in the car. this outcome would have been different that day. But your car, and I think it was the Durango, was passing on a double yellow line down 437, ran me and my family off the road. Literally ran me off the road.
What day?
It was a Saturday. It was the Saturday of the hurricane, when the hurricane was coming. So whatever that date was. My wife screamed. My daughter was crying. And if that was in Orange County, like I said, the outcome would have been a lot different. Saturday. It was Saturday I believe that would have been August 30th. Whatever, August 31st, whatever that Saturday was. Because Memorial Day was Monday. It was right around
Lake County or Lake County?
Lake County. 437 and Wolf Ranch Road. They were coming southbound on 437, turning west on Wolf Ranch Road. And I was northbound on 437 from Wolf Ranch. And that was probably right around probably noonish, 1 o'clock, I think, is when we were in that area. But you probably only had one.
Do you have a card with your phone number on it?
Yes, I did. Okay. Yes, I did.
Sergeant, I hear exactly what you're saying.
Jeremy, here's the thing. Jeremy,
go ahead.
You and I need to sit down and review the course. They stand down.
We were running a funeral procession in Lake County, and I was bringing up the rear of the funeral, and I didn't know until later that he had run a light and made an illegal U-turn to come and join the procession when he was basically the last car, and wouldn't let me around him as I tried to go around him several times, and he would just keep blocking me. When the roadway allowed me to go around, I tried to go around again. He wouldn't allow me, and I was losing sight of the funeral, and I couldn't keep it safe anymore because I was out of the distance of the funeral. And then later on, I want to say maybe a week later, when a lot of these accusations came up, we were going through video, and we seen where he actually ran the light, broke the U-turn, came back, and was holding me behind, and then reporting saying that I was driving erratic and trying to run him and his wife off the road with his kids in the car. Now, if you're a police officer and I'm driving erratic, by law, you're supposed to take that into account and pull me over. But why didn't you do that at that time? Because it wasn't true. I wasn't hired for the funeral procession part. I was hired for the tow part of it, which we linked up with a major company that did disaster relief for the state and for insurance companies. And it just happened that they needed help with a couple of funerals, so I went and helped them out with that. So that was my job. I wasn't 100% on funeral processions at all the time. I was more of a tow truck driver. I was a repossession agent. I have a repossession license, and that's what we were trying to start going for when all this stuff started happening, and I had to back away because I couldn't let that affect my family at the time. I was pulled over by Riddler on the 429. I didn't have nothing in tow. I was in the tow truck, and he came up and pulled me over and said that I didn't signal long enough before I went into another lane to go around somebody. And when I told him the reason why I went around a person was because there was debris coming out of the pickup truck and his trailer, and he looked at me and said, "Well, I didn't see nothing." I was like, "Well, I didn't cause any accidents. I didn't cut anybody off. I put my blinker on, went around, put my blinker back on, went around him, and that's when you pulled me over." So there was no that I came out in front of nobody. He just noticed that it was a Metro State tow truck and wanted to know why was I driving a Metro State tow truck, and he was trying to take it to another level. And he's like, "Well, next time I catch you driving this truck, I'm gonna have your truck impounded."
I was totally shocked at that because they were like best friends, you know, when I started with the company. They were like right hand. When you see one, you see all three. You know, Jay helped them out a lot, you know, lending them vehicles, lending them money that I've seen, you know, helping them out in all types of things. And like I said, that's just like a big stab in the back. For what reason, I don't know. But I've tried giving one of them a job with the company I was working for, a repo company, and that's how I found out that he had multiple charges on him. And I was trying to help Photo get a job. You know, that was my thing. You know what I'm saying? He was a cool kid, young, you know, and he needed a job. He was living with his girlfriend. You know, and I was working with a company that, you know, was doing repossessions and needed a camera person. But like I said, it just didn't work out. Like I said, now I probably know why, because he probably didn't have, because he had the charges against him, and can't have charges on you when you do repossessions. Like I said, I've seen people use lights and sirens in the company, but it was not something that was okay. It was frowned upon. When it did happen, like I said, I know there's got to be video out there of him saying, stop it. And he'd correct me, it's like, no, you can't say pull over, you got to say move over, please leave the procession. You know, he'd correct it on that, because that would be the proper way of doing it. Not you're being pulled over and then out of that, just saying you're a cop now. Talking about you're pulling you over. I'm not pulling you over. I'm telling you, please respect the wishes of the person that passed away, and please leave the procession. Please pull to the side and let us go by. From what I've seen on him, and looking at it where they're trying to say that he's acting like a police officer because the way we dress and the way our vehicles are, there's 150 different security companies and companies that work down south doing penal possession that look the same way. We wear basic uniform that 90% companies in America make you wear a uniform, you know, and that's the way it is. Cars and company cars are marked a certain way. You know, it wasn't to make it look like a police officer, it was to make it look like a uniform company. You can't have 10 different people out there with 10 different color cars. I've never seen them tell me to act like a cop. I have a concealed weapon license, and I don't have a D or a G license. And he's never told me, oh, well, you have a gun and you can carry a gun, wear it on your uniform. You know, he never told me to do that. I carry my gun concealed. If they were doing that on their own, that's their own doing it. And if you're going to do that on your own and you're not doing it by the law, and somebody's telling you to do that, that's your stupidity, because now you're putting yourself at risk. Not the company. You carry a gun out there illegally, that's your risk. You know the law. You took the oath of the law when you got that permit, or you got that license from the state. It's a sad thing that if somebody's out there trying to give employment to people out there, where we're hurting right now in America, because we need people to start employing people, and just because this whole thing has been blown out of proportion now, how many people have lost their jobs or can't work now because of it? And from what I've researched on it, is Orange County is not allowed to do penal possessions anymore. That's one of the biggest things, is where they're not allowed to do it. So if another company comes in and doing it, they're trying to stop them from doing it. It's just a sad state that all this money is being spent on one person's view of what the law is. You know, this guy's making the state and the county spend a lot of taxpayers' money to fight this case where there's really not a case to be fought, because you're dissatisfied. No, why are you making it your mission? If it was such a big thing, I've done stuff with Daytona Police Department with Jay. I've done stuff with Seminole County PD, Oviedo PD, you know, and never had problems with them. All of a sudden now, Orange County's gonna have a problem with it. You know, if you think one person would have a problem, you think all the precincts and all the departments would have a problem with it. And it doesn't seem that way, because it's not all the departments that are going after them. It's only one department, and it only seems like it's one officer.
Hello? Yeah, hi, who's this?
Amir, it's Jeremy.
Hey.
Listen, I'm sorry to call you on your phone from jail. Listen, I know you're busy. Do you have a second?
No problem. I already spoke to your wife and everything, so
Do you know what's going on?
Yeah, I already know what's going on.
Dude, he said I stole my motorcycle to pull me over. And then they ran it, and they came back, and it's all on the body cameras. And then they said, oh, you didn't steal your motorcycle, but you're wearing a uniform. And
yeah, I saw the charges already, because as soon as I saw that, I called your wife and told them that you had
yeah, dude, they said that we're using the radio illegally. Bro, this is bullshit.
Don't worry, dude. Just wait till you get out. You already know what you're gonna do.
You need to download everyone's body camera from that escort. Alan's fucking body camera better be rolling, because we didn't do anything. Did you really hear the conversation on the phone where you, like Recycle said?
Yeah, it was on speakerphone.
Are you?
They heard y'all talking in the background.
Heard them say that the bike wasn't really stolen. They needed to come up with something to charge me with.
Bro, I just got off the phone with my dad.
Uh-huh.
He said, you better go get a lawyer and sue the shit out of one of them.
Dude, you gotta read this report. In the sense...
He said this ain't about nothing. This ain't a case, bro.
No, I know.
What statement do they have? They gotta have somebody saying that you told them you was the police.
Right. So this sergeant that I got in trouble with Orange County got a job with Windermere, and I didn't even know it was him in the truck. We started doing the escort. We're going down the road. I'm at a stop sign. All of a sudden, he pulls up on me. They come lights and sirens racing up down the wrong side of the road. They come up on me, and he jumps out of the truck. He's like, "Hey, Jeremy DeWitte," and I was like, "Oh wow, Sergeant. How are you?" I said, "I haven't seen you since you left Orange County. What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I missed you, so I came and got a job here." That's exactly what he said on my body camera. And if they if they have my body camera in possession of evidence, if they delete that, oh my God.
Roger. We're parallel to loss. I'm in the loss. Yep. Make sure your cameras are rolling. Is he waiting for us or what? Oh, I thought he... I just thought he was like on 50 or something. Yep, he's on R6, but that Sutter, he's still behind us?
He said I stole my motorcycle to pull me over. And then they ran it, and they came back, and it's all on the body cameras. And then they said, oh, you didn't steal your motorcycle, but you're wearing a uniform. And
yeah, I saw the charges already, because as soon as I saw that, I called your wife and told them that you have
yeah,
on.
dude, they said that we're using the radio illegally. Bro, this is bullshit.
Don't worry, dude. Just wait till you get out. You already know what you're gonna do.
You need to download everyone's body camera from that escort. Alan's fucking body camera better be rolling, because we didn't do anything. I asked the officer straight up. I was like, so with my purple and orange lights and my uniform for my business, when did we tell someone we were police officers, and when did we pull them over or make them do something? And why did the sergeant come directly for me and pass 3 other units that were doing the exact same thing? Because when he got out of the car, you heard him. Did you hear him say my name straight out?
Yeah. So
he knew who I was. He was doing it on purpose.
One of them answered the call, your phone. I called you. I went to call your ESU number, and one of them answered the phone by mistake, and we heard them talking. And they were saying, like, oh, well, the vehicle's not signal 10, so what are we going to charge them with now?
Right. So they charged me with resisting.
So they wanted to charge you something. They were fucking with you. That's what they did.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Wait till you get out, bro. You already know what you're going to do.
I'm going to sue the fuck out of these motherfuckers.
Yes. That's all you got to do. Let me take care of the escort stuff, okay?
Go take care of the escort. Please go download everything, please.
All right.
Bye.
Got it. Bye.
Court is going to set bond in this case. I'm not aware of any request by the state for pretrial detention, so you are entitled to bond. Your bond in this case will be set the amount of $1,500.
Your Honor, may the state be heard?
Of course.
Mr. DeWitte has another open case. It's 2019 CF 3928. So the state would be asking that the bond be revoked in that case.
All right, thanks. As to the new law offense, the Judge Yansevich had indicated you may not leave the jurisdiction of the court without express consent of the court. That's going to be a condition of your bond in this new law offense, 2020 CF 3570. Officer Akendo, I didn't see the other law offense on
Judge,
the
when
face
we
sheet.
sent you the paperwork this morning, we sent you these extra pieces of paper with several of the cases that the defendant is out on bond. We count 5 cases where he's out on bond, 4 of them being from Orange County, and he's on ROR status out of Orange County on 5 other different cases.
Does he have any cases with us in Osceola County that he's currently out on bond?
We can find out on bond for 19 CF 3928.
Mr. Ledan, do you wish to be heard as to the state's request?
Yes, Your Honor. We appeared before Judge Barber this morning. Mr. DeWitte was already slated for a hearing before her this morning for a plea status. The judge declined to take action on revoking any of the bonds. The state did make the request this morning, and that was denied by Judge Barber. I'm aware of part of the allegations within the narrative that's before the court. My concern is that in part they allege some type of violation of a temporary residence or a temporary residence being used. And for the court's consideration, Mr. DeWitte was improperly charged by the Orlando Police Department with a domestic violence charge. The victim in that case has never cohabitated with my client, and it was determined that OPD classified it as a domestic case so that when he got arrested on the charge, he'd be held and would have to appear before an initial appearance judge. I appeared before Judge Carter on that case last week, and the state, in particular Michelle Latham, had no-billed that case either the morning of that initial appearance or contemporaneous to it, but the judge was aware of that, and Mr. DeWitte was released. And I bring that up because I'm very frustrated by law enforcement's conduct in Mr. DeWitte's cases. I know he has plenty of cases pending, but to do something deliberately to misrepresent the nature of an offense, to then try to seek a warrant for his arrest, to then try to revoke these bonds is what appears to have happened last time. Now we're here before the court on a new charge alleging similar conduct about being out of place or having some type of temporary abode. And I think it smacks of impropriety, and I'm very concerned about it. And so I know we're only here on a PC determination. That PC determination has been made. However, the court does have the discretion not to revoke the bond. I'd ask that this matter be set for a hearing, have the state file whatever appropriate motions they wish to file to have the bonds revoked and give us an opportunity to be heard on it, because there is some substantial backstory that I think needs to be presented to the court before his bonds are revoked. Judge Roach has ROR'd him on probably a half a dozen cases that came subsequent to the original series of cases that are now pending, based on her review of those charges as well. And so I think that also speaks to what I'm speaking to, Your Honor. So I would ask the court not make that determination today, but to set it for a hearing if need be.
All right, I'm not going to take any action on the Orange County cases. I'm familiar with some of Mr. DeWitte's ancillary issues. Who's got the Osceola County case, the 2019 case?
It's actually in your division, Your Honor.
All right. Thanks. Has there been a motion for pretrial detention filed in this case?
Not yet. You're like a motion to revoke bond. I don't believe so, just because the new law just came in, so that wouldn't occur until afterwards.
All right. I'm going to request that the state file a motion to revoke bond in the alternate case. Give counsel an opportunity to digest the request and prepare a hearing. I'm going to ask that the state set that for an evidentiary hearing before me. I will consider the state's request to revoke bond based on there being probable cause being found by, looks like Judge Unsavich, of this new law offense. And I will consider the request, but I want to give defense an opportunity to react to the state's or a tennis request today. So,
and Your Honor, just for the record, I just want to note, state would be objecting to the ruling because the defendant was already on release, and a PC being found for a new violation would be a violation. So I just wanted to put that on the record.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks. I think that's within the discretion of the court at IAs to revoke bond, and the answer is not no. It's just I need some more information to make that determination. So
I understand.
The request today is denied without prejudice. Mr. DeWitte, you are bondable on this case and under those terms and conditions. Do you have a passport?
No, Your Honor, I already turned that into
All right.
passport.
All right.
Yeah, it's been surrendered.
All right, thanks. The court's going to find that Judge Onsavich's requirement that he surrender his passport has been satisfied, and his new condition of bond is he is not to leave the Orange and Osceola County?
That's going to be my request, Judge, is Mr. DeWitte's business actually operates out of Orange County, and they do funeral escorts typically outside of
county boundaries, so I'll ask that as long as it's demonstrated for work purposes, that he be permitted to travel within Central Florida.
Yeah, I'm allowing to travel within the 9th Judicial Circuit, which is Orange and Osceola County. Any additional travel needs to be proposed to the court and approved.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
That's all I have before the court, Your Honor. May be excused.
Yep, that'll complete our hearing. Thanks.
I can see him coming. Yep, here they come. All right, they're coming. They got their lights are flashing. 2 bikes' lights are flashing. All right, this is going to be red, so we'll see what they do. The light is red. They should be coming up any minute now. Yep, he's at the light. And that looks like Randall that's on the bike. There was 2 bikes. I don't know where the other bike went. See, the problem is his lights are on, and people are looking at him, and they're not moving. Oh wait, that's Jeremy, and that one's Randall. Randall's actually riding through the light right now. Yeah, Jeremy, I got you. I got you beeping that horn, Jeremy. Jeremy, you gotta go. You're blocking that traffic from coming through, Jeremy. You can't do that. You've blocked that traffic from coming through. You blocked that traffic, Jeremy. You can't do that. Jeremy, what are you doing? What? Oh, now you're acting as a traffic control device. Whoa. Well, you told them to stop. Yeah, hi, Jeremy. Whoa. Huh. You cannot. Why are you blocking the eastbound traffic? You're blocking the eastbound traffic, Jeremy. You can't do that. Wow. Let's see if he goes and passes people on a double yellow down here. Traffic is stopped. He's passing stop traffic now. And yeah, I can't see any further now.
Yeah, he's right on me. Let's just deal with this now, because I don't have time. Yeah, here we go. What's up?
Stay in the car for me, sir. Stay in the car, Jeremy.
Obviously, I have a warrant. You're fugitive retrieval. Just come and cuff me. Let's go.
Stay in the car. Do not reach in your fucking pocket.
Whoa.
Put your fucking hands up
Sit in the
now.
car, Jeremy.
Drop your phone now. Do not reach into your pocket.
Oh, okay.
Put your phone down. Face that way. Stay in the car.
Rania, stay.
Go around my back and
Rania, just stay down.
put your phone down. Put your hands up and face that way. Stop walking. Stop walking. Listen to the direction. Walk backwards forward.
Rania, the phone's on the hood. Make sure Wednesday the escort's covered.
Slow down. Walk slow. On my way. Stop walking. You're not paying attention to her. Pay attention to me. Why are you putting your hands up? Put your hands up. Do you not listen? Follow simple directions. Put your hands up higher. Why are you talking on what? Anybody else in the car?
I'm being followed by two psycho black females. I'm being followed by two black females. They're stalking me from my office. I text you all and told you that they had weapons, and now they're following me. They're literally trying to hit my car now. You have to get somebody out here. They're fucking crazy. They're literally trying to hit my car now. She's trying to hit the back of my car. They're fucking crazy. I'm on Paramore. I don't know. I'm on Gore and Paramore. It's a green, yeah. I'm going to a stop sign. This is Division. I have to run this red light because they're gonna fucking hit me. So I just ran the red on Division. I'm being stalked by a woman named Jessica Bolden, Bolden. Is this a police officer? Oh, wait. Hi, are you a police officer? Is this where the officers are?
This is our headquarters.
Can I get in this way? I'm on 911. There are two women that are stalking me, and they've been following me for about 10 minutes now, and I can't get to the front because it's blocked off, but they're not understanding that.
It should be around in this loop.
I don't know how to get over there. It's locked. It's tied.
Okay. Is that one of our units? I can drive over with you to that area to have an officer meet you.
Yeah.
With them right now?
Yeah, I'm on the phone with everyone right now. These women have been following me and stalking me for like 10 minutes now, and I've been driving around like I'm in a freaking movie. They ran off because I came here. I'm on the phone with dispatch, 911.
Okay, so just let them know that I'll drive you around to like...
Are you an officer?
I am, but I'm not working.
She's not working. Okay, but she said she's going to try to drive me around.
She's going to drive you around.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I'll just...
Follow me.
Okay.
Julian, how are you?
I'm well, Your Honor. How are you?
Good, thanks.
All right, we are here. This is Mr. DeWitte, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. DeWitte, you were arrested in 20 MM 8169 pursuant to a warrant for battery domestic violence. I do see that there was a no information notice filed by the state. It looks like it was filed yesterday. So it looks like the state is not moving forward on the case at this time. So Mr. DeWitte, you will be released as to that case. And given that I don't have the ability to take any action on any of the out on bond cases. I think it may have been different if he had been arrested prior to them no infoing it, but I don't think that'd be acting in good faith if I revoked all the bonds knowing that the state is not moving forward on it.
I appreciate that, Judge, and I'm here because the victim actually came to my office to file a declination because she didn't file a complaint against Mr. DeWitte. This was miscategorized as a DV case. They've never lived together, they've never been married, never cohabitated, and I was concerned that this was being used as a manipulation to revoke his bonds. That's why I'm here this morning. So I'm grateful that they filed that today so that we're not stuck having this argument with the court.
Sure, no, I understand.
So,
like I said, I don't think that'd be in good faith. It'd be disingenuous to do that, so.
She's here. I don't know for the purposes of the state if we need to have her present anything, but the declination's been filed and the case has been no info, so hopefully everyone's satisfied.
I think that we're okay unless there's something that you wanted to say, ma'am.
No, I'm fine, but thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're
That's all
welcome.
I have before the court. Have a great day.
You too.
Hello? Yeah, they walked away.